Hey guys, it's Nathan Gort with theLender. Hey, we're gonna do another 2-minute drill, and this is probably one of my favorites, especially with the market right now. Let's talk about exit strategy. Some of you probably never thought of this, so let's take a look and talk about exit strategy. Let's get started. Guys, right now this market is crazy. We can't say it enough. It's still a great time to buy. It's still a great time to make money out of every hardship. You know, there's a gold rush, whether it's real estate or anything else. Out of 2008, a lot of people built wealth by buying houses low. So today I want to talk about exit strategy. Whether you're buying a primary, a second home, or an investment property, it's all about the future. If you think about only today, which is what TikTok, YouTube influencers want you to think about with cash on cash, it has to be this and that, you're missing the point. So exit strategy is all about when things get better. So if today I bought an investment home with 25% down, I'm buying with 25% down because I know I'm gonna refinance in the future, whether it's a year or 2 years or 3 years, I know I'm gonna refinance and I'm gonna get a lower rate, which is gonna help my cash on cash return, my ROI. It's gonna make it better. But also I put 25% down because just in case there is that correction or loss of value like some people are calling, you know, with a cash out refi or a rate term refi, you wanna have at least 20% equity. If you do 10% down on a second home right now, you're risking that you can't refinance the rest of the next year or two. So 20% down, 25% down is a great, safe little avenue to do. Now, exit strategy. I'm okay with taking the highest rate possible right now with the lowest amount of points because points is out of pocket, right? So if I think I'm gonna refinance next year or 2 years, I look at the savings, the difference in savings for 2 years. Do I pay an extra 0.75 in interest rate versus paying 2 points up front for a lower rate? When I look at the numbers, a lot of times it makes more sense to take the higher interest rate, it's also written off on taxes, and instead of taking the points. It's all about that exit strategy. The other thing is when you look at the 2-1 buy down, I think it's a great thing. It's an amazing thing. Usually it costs 2 points. But what can you do with those 2 points? I've looked at several deals recently and I've done the math. If I take that 2 points and pay for my closing costs on a second home or primary, it makes sense to do that. Because then if I refi in a year or two, I don't feel the pain of paying those fees again. But if I take the 2-1 buy down, let's say next year, let's say I wanna refinance Q3 next year, but I'm in a 2-1 buy down and I spent 2 points that the sellers pay me to buy my rate down for 2 years, essentially I'm throwing money away. I'd rather take those 2 points and pay 2% of my closing costs to save me money so that I can refinance and don't feel the pain, the burden of those closing costs again. Also, if you can get 3% seller concession to buy out your prepayment penalty, go ahead and do it now up front. It's much cheaper than paying that prepayment penalty down the road. It's all about what you believe is gonna happen next. It's what you predict. If you predict that you're gonna refinance within the next 2 to 3 years, it doesn't make sense to do a 2-1 buy down for a primary. It doesn't make sense to buy your interest rate down. It's better to make sure you save that money for the refi. This is what is so important about having the right lender that looks at everything from a 50,000 foot view. When you deal with the lender, when you deal with me, we'll put a scenario in there that shows you what's your savings between doing a normal traditional deal that most people say to do, 2-year saving or 3-year saving. We'll look at every aspect for you to help make the right decision. It's very important that you don't just focus on rate because you could pay 3 points and get the best rate out there. But does that make sense if you think you're gonna refinance in a year or two? That's up to you to make the decision. I know my answer, and it's always about the numbers. And when I look at your numbers, I'm gonna tell you what the best option is. Now, if you think you have a better option because you think it's gonna be 5 years plus before we see rates come back down, 2-1's a great buy down. Buying your rate down's a great option. It's all about what you think is next, right? And that's why we at theLender, we focus every morning on reading up on articles, following experts. It's all about the inflation report. Good times are coming soon, right? So hang in there, focus on your exit strategy, and let's plan for now buying at a low value, but the future of when you do your exit strategy to really increase that cash on cash or that return or saving you money any way we can. All right, guys. So once again, it's Nathan with theLender. Hit the like button below if you want. Look forward to speaking with you guys. And if you need anything before then, before our next 2-minute drill, give me a call.